What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Wrenching Wrecked. There's a lot of things going on right now, so I'm trying to convey some of this before I head home for the evening. But ironhead, frame is done, brake bracket is welded on. I don't remember where we left off on this. I was having some problems with the welders, if you will. It was contamination in the substrate metal from whatever was welded on there prior. But not the prettiest thing in the world, but she's done. Moving on from that, because I don't want to spend a ton of time on that one since we wasted a whole video on the last one trying to make that work. Tractor forklift attachment is on. The giant railing thing I've been working on is gone. That's cleared out. So this, I need to pull the forklift off. We're gonna grab the compressor, just repark that. I'm not gonna film the whole thing. I've done it a couple times now, but that's what I need to do now. Other than that, here's the little hitch receiver deal that we always use. I got sick of these little spacer bushings because for whatever reason, they send this so long. I got sick of having to pull them on and off, so I just tacked those in. Once we got the welder working, is it straight? No. Did I try and make it straight? Not at all. I just needed the spacer distance, so I have more than enough room. I mean, that's probably ½ inch on each side for the eyelet on the back of the 3-point. I just got sick of dropping those every single time I walked in and out. One quick tack on each side. If I need to get rid of it or change it, we can cut that down. But that's the tentative plan. Pull the tractor out, get rid of the forklift attachment, put this back on there. I am gonna turn this around based on one of the people in the comments. Turn the receiver around, which would make sense as long as I have enough room to get that pin through right where it is, but have the hitch on the short side instead of the long side. Might make it a little bit more stable. So we're gonna give that a shot, try that out. Pull the compressor back in. We'll drop the compressor into the booth like it's supposed to be. Leave the tractor hooked up to that. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna film. I'm just gonna kind of get some work done in here. Going on a road trip. Tractor's fired up again. We gotta pull this compressor in. We might be getting some more stuff for the tractor tomorrow. We got a couple messages out pending. Don't expect much. And it's not exactly what I was looking for, but it seems like it might actually be better for what I need it for. And by that, I mean, I'm looking for a loader, but my internet research tells me that everybody that wants to put a loader on one of these says, don't do it, because it doesn't have power steering. But I'm also not using it for loader work. I just need something that lifts higher than the 3-point and the forklift attachment we just took off. I need something that lifts higher with more height that I can put chains around or straps around and kind of make that work. So I found one reasonable, and it's a factory Ford part, but it's a 1-armor with a trip bucket. Or do I get a, found 2 actually, go figure, I found 2 that should work. The other one needs some work, same price, needs some work, but it's a double arm, way heavier duty. But I don't really want a heavy duty one. I just want something that I know I can pick up 1,000, 1,200 pounds with comfortably. I'm not trying to pick up giant buckets of dirt. Like, I'm gonna move a bunch of the dead sand in here, but I don't need something crazy, crazy heavy duty. If I put a real loader on, now I gotta look at getting wheel weights and ballasts and all this other thing. I'm trying to avoid that, so. Let's do a 1-armed GoPro ride while I think about this. And then if schedule and timing aligns, we might be going to Wisconsin tomorrow to go pick up a OG Ford 1-arm loader. And I really like the idea of having that, to be completely honest. It comes with all the factory Ford manuals and a bunch of extra stuff. To me, I think that's all I need. It's got a breakaway of 3,000 pounds. Oh, we're limping at idle speed here. it's removable. It's not a permanent structure like most of the heavier duty ones. I knocked the thing off. It's too dark out here. We'll be back in a minute. It's good until I slow down. There's still a lot of left to right slop on the arms of this tractor rig combo setup. But if I can navigate this enough to get through the door, that's the hard bit. This is where we bottom out, and now the tongue's gonna try shooting up when I slip the clutch. Or we give it more revs. This is where torque wins every time. I can torque like crazy and just clutch it. Spinning tires. And then we throttle back down. Because from here, we'll just pull through. Like that. Lots of things happening. But I really wanted a loader since conversations about the tractor came up. And I don't know. To me, it makes sense. I found two. That's the problem. I have more options than I wanted. And the first of which was in... Sorry. Trying to back up and reverse and drive all at the same time. There's one closer with 2 cylinders, which is going to be heavier duty, but it needs a ton of work. The cylinders I think work, but the PTO shaft is broken, so I got to buy a PTO shaft. That's a little bit of cash. The other one is a bolt-on OG, but it's a trip bucket, non-hydraulic, no controls. I don't know what's better. So let me get this thing parked. This is a terrible idea. I shouldn't be talking and driving. Don't do that. Don't do that in a car. Don't do that in a tractor. Don't do that ever. Terrible. Don't bottom yourself out and then try and do burnouts over a ridge. Jesus. All right, we'll be back. Well, we made it. Jam the compressor all the way back into its home. It didn't want to cooperate, so bring the revs up and just go. But she lives in there now. I'll turn the gas off because that's leaking. Kick our board back out. Maybe. Good enough. So that's kind of what we're dealing with, or what I'm dealing with right now. I also could just not buy anything more or not get anything else. But when you live and die by Facebook Marketplace, the time to buy is when you see it, and that's kind of what we're looking at. I can get a dual arm loader. I like the idea of that one. It should bolt on with what he has. It needs a PTO shaft, but putting a fixed frame loader on here is not easy. It covers up all of your access points to all of this. There's a whole structural frame that goes around this. No power steering, and it's not the ideal route that I want to go. But then I found the one arm loader. The only thing I don't like about it is a manual trip bucket. So there's no hydraulics on the bucket itself to pivot it, but it's got a manual trip, pull it, and it dumps. That would work for clearing out all the sand in here that I need to, but it's also supposedly, based on the Ford manual, after some practice, a 3 to 5 minute change. I'm guessing probably a half hour to an hour. The loader bucket's offset to the driver's side. Gives you more visibility. It's also smaller, takes up less space. Really kind of leaning towards that one for now. And it's an OG Ford part with service manuals. I have a blasting setup. We can blast it, paint it, run it for a little while, and then if we get bored, we'll sell it. It's the next day, and I have been driving all over the world. Roped in my buddy Scrapper Dan. Did me a huge solid. We took a little drive up to Wisconsin and picked up some heavy equipment for the tractor. Now, I was hoping to just grab it, load it in the truck, and head back. But it was real cold the last couple days, and it was way frozen in the ground. So unfortunately, I didn't have a camera. I forgot to film it. Well, not forgot, I just didn't have a camera on me. And it was too cold to use a phone. But here is the loader. This is a Ford 711 manual trip bucket up here. Adjustable there. Really, really beefy, but cool vintage old piece. It's got a manure bucket on it. I think, as far as I can tell, all the trip linkage is there, and it came with the brackets. So this, it's bolted on here on the front nose, as far as I'm aware. Kind of making this up. We got it back here unloaded and then couldn't help but mess around with it. There's supposed to be like a jack here. This is what they had on there, but it was getting in the way when I was trying to get this moved in and over. So we got it mounted on the engine stand now. Let me tell you, not using the tractor to lift this out of the truck was really sketchy with the old Harbor Freight engine stand. We got it maxed out for length, and then we ended up putting it underneath to get it out of the truck, and then a lot of back and forth teeter-tottering. But I will need a longer hydraulic hose, I know that, because we're going to run that off the rear remotes instead of tapping it into here, which works, but then you got to chain down the rear arms, and then you lose all control of the rear mount, which I don't want. One of the reasons I wanted this single arm loader, which is kind of unique and cool and weird, is it's supposed to be detachable. So with the jack hooked up on there, you can adjust the height of this up and down. I have this bracket that goes on here, which I was really excited about because I think that's the bracket that's really hard to get. That front one's just a flat plate. You can remake that pretty easy. And then there's one more mount down here that I have one bolt in, so I can pivot this back. This'll mount right there, and that mounts into the bottom of the transmission with a spacer on the other side. So it's all there. The color's right. It's got a nice little patina to it, but it's proper. It's a proper Ford part. It should, in theory, all work. However, I'm having an issue now with the steering. So let me show you what I'm dealing with. And if any of you guys know more than me, which is probably all of you, because this is all brand new to me, if we cut the wheels here, I can go all the way to the right. Steering box is working. Now look what happens when I go to the left. Oh, that no power steering is a pain. Moves this arm back and forth, connected to the axle up front, and the arm over here. So this is the rod that moves back and forth there. But when I put this bracket on and go left, set you guys down. No power steering. Not an easy task. Look at this bracket right here, and I'll bring you guys over in a second. But once I hit that point right there, I'm bottoming out on the bracket. So how do I fix that? Like, I'm not getting, I can still turn left, but I can't turn far enough left. And one of the advantages of having the tractor was being able to move the trailers around. And in order to do that, you need steering. So on this side, it's wide open, obviously. I have no shortage of space when we're turning this. Stays out where it wants to be. But on the other side, I don't know if I can adjust the linkage arms and try and get those to straighten out a little bit more. But keep going to the left here. Bam, hits the bracket. So what do we do? How do I fix that? Can I bend the arm out here a little bit? Can I tweak the one up front? Because as of right now, I got this resting on here, but I can't even try and mount this until I get that steering issue figured out. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to address that yet. Do I need to remake a new bracket that's tighter? Or do I take the grinder and start carving away at some of this on the structure? I know I lose the support on the lower mount, but I think, I mean, it's a 1/2 inch plate, thicker up here, 1/2 inch down to like 3/8 through here. I don't know. Or will it square up a little bit more? No, I can't. Those bolts are tight. I don't know. Huge bummer. I was hoping, he said it was on an 861, which is the same tractor, but the 6-speed version. So I gotta figure something out for that. But ideally, I'd like to leave this rig on here. I'll have to tweak it and change the bucket a little bit. It's got a little bit of a scooper on here. I don't know about the forks, the teeth at least, whether I want to keep those or not, but this little bucket will drastically help me move sand around in here, all the waste sand, and get rid of that. But I need to get this steering issue figured out. So, fun, exciting adventure. I wish I could have brought you guys along and filmed anything today, but I wasn't thinking. It was cold, very cold, and yeah, lots of trips to the dude's barn. Didn't have a tractor to do anything with, so just tried figuring it out. But there's that. We'll update you guys as it comes along because people are bothering me. Catch you guys on the next one.